right, baby! We shocked the world. We didn't shock our team. We shocked the world, though. 28-point underdog. I ain't want to hear none of it.
And I'm so proud of you. I can't tell you. That's maybe the greatest win in a long, long time at Michigan State.
The excited sounds of a triumphant Michigan State locker room on a glorious night in Columbus, Ohio. Hi, everybody. I'm Tim Staudt. Welcome to the Spartan Sportszone. Nice to have you with us today. Obviously, this is going to be a happy and upbeat show for Michigan State fans everywhere. Nick Saban is here in the Sports Zone with us. Ron Mason will be with us a little bit later on. His hockey team is undefeated. And Nick, everybody loves a winner. And for the Michigan State players yesterday, it had to be one sweet moment afterward in Columbus last night.
Well, I was really proud of our players yesterday, especially the way the game went. We're not only playing the #1 team in the nation, but we get down 17-3 in the game, come back, get down 24-9 in the game, and come back again and win at Ohio State, #1 team. Very proud of our players, and I'm very, very happy for all Spartan fans everywhere, because this is really what makes it all worthwhile for us as coaches and players, is that our supporters are proud and feel good about what we've accomplished.
And I've been watching Michigan State football for something like 40 years now, and I don't think I can remember, it's certainly not very many games as stunning as that, to do it on the road. And I don't know how much credence you put into being a 4-touchdown underdog, but it was there, and hardly anyone in America gave the Spartans a chance. And then you were 15 points down in the second half and rallied to win.
Well, you know, we got some turnovers in the game. We made some plays in the game. I think we played outstanding defensively after we got down 17-9, and we really felt like for us to win the game, we'd have to make a lot of big plays on offense. Their style of defense, come after you, put a lot of pressure on the quarterback. With our skilled players against their great secondary, we kept throwing it up, and our guys made some great plays.
All right, we're going to talk with Nick a lot about this game today, but we have a lot of highlights to show you, obviously, so sit back and enjoy them. We'll go to our video wall here in Columbus. The Buckeyes, #1 in the nation, undefeated in the Big Ten coming in. And let's go right away to the early part of this game. On the first drive, they started off well. This is Michael Wiley.
Well, they obviously on a script here in the beginning of the game and had us out of sync a little bit with some different formations and different tendencies. We get out of this first drive with a field goal on 3rd down. Had good coverage on the bootleg. This play we lost Robert on. He got cut by the guard coming out. Has a broken leg, probably will be out for the season, but I don't think it's a career-threatening type of thing.
All right, that made it 3-0. They kicked the field there from there. Now early on, first for Michigan State, Burris, who makes a great play here.
Well, Plex had some big catches in the game for long yardage, but he's a big receiver, and they like to play a lot of bump and run, and it's to his advantage.
Edinger had another big day with field goals, 5 on the day. That ties the game at 3. Then the Buckeyes come back with no signs of slowing down again. Here's Michael Wiley.
Well, they hit a run on us here. It was a big play run. Early on in the game, we were doing some zone pressures and different things. They caught us a couple times. They're going to catch us again here. We send a strong safety, so it leaves us a little void in an underneath zone, and the tight end sneaks down the middle. So, you know, they hit another big play on us.
That made it 10-3. John Lumpkin caught that. Then back comes Michigan State. Burke to Burris one more time. Good catch there.
Well, Plex started off the game. He had 3 big catches early in the game, all for big plays. This gave us great field position. We had a little trouble running the ball against these guys, so it got tough in the red area.
All right, then that drive stalled. There's no score. Then Burke comes back. He fumbles here. Antonio Winfield made a big play there.
Well, again, they put a lot of pressure on you. That's their style of defense. They want to make those kind of plays. We had a chance to stop them here in the red area for the 2nd time, but Wiley does a great job of getting over the top.
17-3, the Buckeyes lead. Now we go to the second quarter here. Michigan State has a 3rd down here. This play didn't work, but there was a roughing call here, and the Spartans are going to get it back. It was not an interception, looks like it there, but the roughing call helped you.
You really can't see it on camera, and I didn't see it on the film, but obviously a break for us.
All right, then Cedric Urban here. A little tricky, a little razzle-dazzle yesterday, huh?
Well, we tried a couple things. We even tried a reverse pass one time, but they corner blitzed us, and they sacked us, and we didn't really get it off.
And Paul Edinger comes in. The drive stalled, so he kicks another field goal. Now it's 17-6. Just thunders this thing right through. Okay, now we're going to come back and watch Joe Germain fumble here. It kind of got unraveled for the Buckeyes here late in the second quarter.
Well, we really put a lot of pressure on Joe in the second quarter, and they had 170 yards of offense in the first quarter and maybe 30 in the second. We made some big plays. I think we made 3 or 4 sacks here in the second quarter, which really took the momentum to our defense.
All right, Burke to Chris Baker up the middle. The tight ends having a big day for Michigan State.
They blitzed there. We threw it hot to Chris Baker. They kind of blew the coverage.
And once again, this one didn't get into the end zone, but Ettinger keeps the Spartans in the game, 17-9. So now the Buckeyes get it back late in the second quarter, and Germain will get sacked again. T.J. Turner made a great play here.
Well, again, we're sending an extra linebacker, and I think those kind of plays really changed the game around in the second quarter.
And look at this one. I mean, they're just going straight backwards here. Again, the Spartans are all over Germain.
Well, that was big because they were very close to field goal range with the conversion there, and we got another big sack.
Okay, now watch down the field here. Cedric Henry makes a good play here to bust this one up.
Well, our corners did an outstanding job in this game because most people won't play them bump and run.
And here comes another sack. They dragged down Germain. I mean, he really struggled here late in the second quarter.
Julian Peterson had an outstanding day off the edge, so that pressure was the difference in the game for us, I think.
All right, I watched Gary Scott. Nick says he did go out of bounds here. Had he stayed in bounds and scored here, that really would have made it tight at the half.
Well, making these kind of plays, though, really, as the game wore on in the second quarter, we started thinking more and more and more that we could win the game. Gary's had 2 or 3 of these this year that he's had one guy to beat for a touchdown, and we barely go out of bounds there, but our punt return has been a good weapon for us all year.
So it's 17-9. You're 8 points down at the half, and you're going to get the ball to start the second half now. And at halftime now, what are you thinking about? What about adjustments in the second half for this?
Well, I think we told our players we had to continue to play the game like we did in the second quarter defensively. We're going to have to play bump and run man-to-man. We're going to have to cover them. We're going to have to put a lot of pressure on the quarterback because when we play zone, he's just picking us apart. Offensively, we wanted to get it to where we could run the ball a little bit, but we were not going to change our plan of taking shots at them and to continue to throw the ball because we knew it was going to be very difficult to run it. I think our staff did a great job in this game, keeping the kids believing that they could win and playing with the kind of enthusiastic, competitive attitude that you need to play on the road. And we never quit. I told the players, we're like the squirts fighting the bully, and we got to make the bully so just unbelievably upset that you just keep coming after him and coming after him. He can't wait till the fight's over, and at some point in time, he wishes he wasn't in the fight. And obviously, we were able to do that in the second half.
All right, we're going to see the second half coming up here in a moment, and as we go to break, some more sights and sounds of the Spartans on the field after the game yesterday in Columbus. Stay with us.
I know a lot of people didn't think we could do it, but we believe we could come down here and take on the #1 team in the country and knock them out. We felt we had the weapons to do it, and we came out here, we hung in with them. We knew it was going to be a 12-round fight, and we just kept swinging.
Ball yesterday, but the run they had to have came up in that second half from Cedric Irvin. Now you're going to get the ball to start play in the third quarter. Coming out of the locker room, did you get the feeling your guys had confidence that they could go in and compete here in the second half again and push the bully around?
Right. I think that our players at halftime, I believe that we could win the game because I think our players gained confidence even though we were behind 17-9 because of the way they played, especially in the second quarter. So I thought it was important that we come out and establish something on offense, which we weren't able to do. But the big turning point to me in the game from an attitude and character standpoint was when we went down 24-9 after the interception, our players didn't fold their tent. They kept hammering away, kept focusing on the next play, and continued to make plays in the game, and we got back in the game and had an opportunity to win it and took advantage of it.
Okay, Nick, let's start here on the board midway through the third quarter. Michigan State has the ball now. Joe Germain, of course, this was going to be a nightmare second half for him dealing with the Michigan State defense, but the Spartans here midway through the third quarter. Burke will go to Gary Scott here.
Well, we had a good drive going here. This is a big play by Gary. Bill did a nice job of sliding in the pocket. Their coverage broke down about every time that he scrambled. Here they come on the blitz again. We threw the ball hot to Chris Baker, got a little bit behind him, and Damon Moore timed it up, and this was a big play for them.
All right, so that made it 24-9 after that one, but now Michigan State starts to turn the game right here. As Nick said, the Spartans hung in their top. On this punt, Ohio State will fumble the ball, and the Spartans get it back.
This was probably the big break that we needed in the game because not only did it give us possession of the ball, it changed the field position, which was helpful to us the entire second half.
All right, then Burke comes back here after the fumble. He'll go to Gary Scott.
We make 2 plays here. We dash away from their They're blitz and pressure. Gary makes a nice catch, nice run after the catch.
And that sets up the touchdown pass to Lavelle Richardson, who's a little bit of a gymnast on this play, made a good play here in the corner of the end zone.
Well, when you play bump and run, this is the most difficult thing about it, is playing the ball in the air, because especially when you throw the ball short and it's not a perfect throw, but it was a great throw by Bill and an outstanding catch by Lavelle, who's also an Ohioan. That was very excited about scoring a touchdown in this game.
The snap wasn't quite there. Paul hooked this one to the left, so Edinger missed on this one, and that would make it a 24-15 deficit here.
Well, you could see the snap just handcuffed Bill. His hand selection was tough on it because it was low and inside, which is the toughest one to handle.
Then you get another turnover. Wiley fumbles here.
We've been emphasizing getting turnovers, stripping the ball. And if you're going to win a game like this, you got to make some big plays on D, and we certainly did in this game.
And Edinger thunders another one through, equals his career high, 49 yards. Now it's 24-18. Okay, so the Spartans are now within a touchdown. Now watch Burke to Burr. Spartans get the ball back. They make a stop on defense here, and you're right in the game.
Right. Well, the key thing is we kept stopping them on defense. This is a great catch by Plex. Again, the ball's thrown a little bit behind them. We worked on that. Because of their bump and run coverage and the type of receivers that we have, you see the size advantage that Plexico has over Winfield, who is a great player, and it's an outstanding catch.
Right.
Big play.
Same drive, end of the third quarter, he goes to Chris Baker.
You know, Bake's an outstanding receiver. He's just a redshirt freshman, and he's been catching 3 or 4 balls kind of quietly in every game, but I think an outstanding receiver and a great play right there.
And Nick, now we go to the fourth quarter, same drive. You had to have a run yesterday, and this was the one by 7.
3rd and 1 at the 3, and we were going to go for it on 4th down and to punch it in right there. Now, I really think that Ohio State's players, their anxiety level, their fear of losing started to kick in right here, and I think it really helped us because we just played with more and more confidence.
So there he goes. Cedric just does get over. The extra point made it 25-24. Now the Buckeyes got to come back, and Jermaine fumbles right here.
Great play by Julian Peterson to strip the ball out. We pick it up and run it down into field goal range again. Ohio State's defense did a great job because this could have been a real turning point in the game if we'd have knocked it in there. But Paul hits, is that his 5th?
Yeah, so that makes it 28-24. Now it's a question of how is this game going to end. Well, Ohio State 4th down here, Nick. We have a replay of this too.
Well, you know, Ohio State actually helped us in terms of the game because with about 7 or 8 minutes to go in the game, they went in 2 tights and ran the ball about 10 times in a row. And went for it on 4th down before and picked it up. And on this 4th down on a long one, we stopped them. Great hit by T.J. Turner. A good cleanup by the defensive team, and they took a lot of time off the clock.
Now, you want to get out of your end of the field, and you threw the ball here, play action, and Haygood gets this one.
Well, this was a 2nd down play, and, you know, we needed to keep playing and making plays because we did not want to give them the ball back. We wanted to take the air out of it.
All right, now they stopped Cedric right here, so now you do have to give the ball up.
Well, it was 3rd down and 2, and, you know, we really needed to get a 1st down. That would have iced the game right there, and we didn't really get the play block correctly.
Mike Wiley here on the punt return. This was low, not a lot of hang time, and that got him great field position.
You know, we didn't get a good punt here. They side returned us. They got great field position now. We need to do a better job.
1st down, Jermaine to Lumpkin.
Well, you know, we played these first 2 plays of this 2-minute like we played at Minnesota. So we called timeout when they got the ball down to the 15-yard line and said, look, guys, let's go make the plays. We're going to put pressure on them. We got to make 4 plays now to stop them. Cedric Henry did a great job on 2 of them. We blitzed every time.
So that was 1st down.
Yep.
And here's 2nd down.
Cedric does a great job here, and bump and run. Boston didn't get off very well. Joe had to throw the ball quickly and miscommunicated. Now we play him off coverage, blitz him again. Ronaldo does a good job on the post, and they come right back and try to run a post corner, and we intercept it.
As you can see, he did not have much time to set up, and there it is.
Great interception, great play, you know, which was basically a great stand for our players and showed a lot of character for the players to continue to focus and make the plays that they made, those 4 downs in a row from the 15-yard line. But there were a lot of great plays made in the game, a lot of great performances. You have to have that to beat the #1 team in the nation, and I can't tell you how proud I am of our players and the effort that they gave, and they really deserve this, our players and our coaches, and we're just happy for Spartans everywhere that we're able to make them proud.
All right, we'll talk with Nick more about the game. Let's hear more from the players on the field afterward as the Spartan Sports Zone continues. Stay with us.
You couldn't do a better job. We put pressure on Joe Jermaine. We winning this game saying we got to affect the quarterback. And boy, did we do it. Team effort, defense did a great job. Offense moved the ball, kept control of the ball. Great win, baby.
Shocked the world, huh?
Shocked the world. Shocked the world, baby. But didn't shock me. It didn't shock me at all.
Welcome back, everybody. Our Spartan Toyota player of the game. You could have just about picked the entire Michigan State team, but for the sake of this bit, we'll show you one of the Ohio kids from Warren who had a fine game yesterday. Quarterback Bill Burke, who was just piling up tremendous yardage in some of these games. He added 323 yards yesterday, held in there, made the big plays when the Spartans had him. Here's the touchdown pass right here. And after the game, we got these comments from the Spartan Toyota player of the game, Bill Burke.
I think it means, a great deal. Like Coach said, it's probably one of the best wins in recent history here, and we're just on a high right now. It almost, seems surreal, and it's going to be fun to go back and reflect a little bit.
Nick, what about Bill Burke? He's had an up and down year to some degree, but I know you've always liked his grit and determination.
Well, he's played with more poise and confidence each week, and in the last 4 or 5 weeks has played pretty well and got knocked out of the Minnesota game. But other than that, the guy has really played well and helped to raise the confidence level of our offensive team.
All the Spartans on the trip, of course, enjoyed it. We want you to see more reaction, more comments from the Michigan State players after their great win yesterday at Ohio State.
Played our heart out. I know coming into the game, they're probably going to sleep on us a little bit. They didn't think I was just going to come and lay down just because they're Ohio State. But we kept fighting. Even when we was down 24-9, we just kept fighting because we know we had a chance. It's just like us. We knew that. And we just came and we got a great win.
Everybody doubted us, and we had to let people know that we're not no pushover. So we come out to play and show, shock the world, which we did.
It means a lot of things. It shows what we're capable of doing. If we play hard, 60 minutes, and now everybody see the level they have to play to, they have to compete to. You know what I'm saying? They just can't play. We play the Minnesota. We can't play the Minnesota level. We got to play higher and higher. It's sad that it took this game for us to realize it, but it's good that it happened now with 3 games left in the season.
These guys sound like they've been singing the same song. You've been teaching them ever since they came to Michigan State now, and they believe in that now, too.
Well, I think that's the key to it. Our players really did believe to take a win, and I think their ability to stay focused throughout the game, regardless of what happened in the game, and to continue to focus on the next play was the real key because of the way the game went and how we got behind and how we kept coming back.
All right, when we come back, stay with us here on the Sports Zone because Ron Mason's Michigan State hockey team is off to a sensational start this year. We'll visit with Ron 2 big wins for the Spartans over the weekend, and then Nick returns a little bit later as the Sports Zone rolls on. Welcome back, everybody. We've called a TV timeout for Nick. Ron Mason is here in the studio. The Spartans are 5 wins and 2 ties on the season. The Spartans beat Ohio State this weekend in Lake Superior. Ron, you had a couple of key losses off last year's team, but it obviously hasn't reflected itself in the standings. You're off to a great start.
Well, we're very happy, Tim. No question about it. The start of this game, though, was unique because we were watching the football game, and I blame football for costing us a goal in the very first minute. Our kids were so excited, wondering who won, and I was wondering who won, and so on, but it woke us up real quick. We're happy.